Anita! Oh, hello, Flora. Please give me back my son's baseball hat. You can't just go and steal someone else's stuff. I thought he had lost it or something, but then I saw your son wearing it yesterday. Huh? What in the world are you talking about? I didn't do anything of the sort. But the one my son was wearing yesterday was a new baseball hat that I had bought for him. You see, my son is a fan of the professional baseball team on his hat. What? Don't you think that's strange? Because the team on that baseball hat is the juvenile baseball team my son is a part of. What do you mean he's a fan? It's not even a professional baseball team in the first place. Are you sure about that? Who knows? Maybe they just use the same hats. It's true that there is a professional baseball team with the same colored hats, but the team logo on the front is completely different. Oh, and I sewed my son's name and uniform number on the hat, which I clearly saw on the one your son was wearing. What? Seriously? Oh, my bad. Maybe it was your son's hat after all. Yes, the one I bought for my son was slightly different now that I remember it. He must have picked it up thinking it was his. It must have been an honest mistake. There's no point in your son having that hat anyways, and if he's not a part of the baseball team, then people will know immediately that it's stolen if they see him wearing it. Besides, the coach at my son's baseball team is Mr. Tor, so if he sees your son wearing that, you know? So if it was an honest mistake, just like you say, then just give it back already. Mr. Tor? That crazy old man I sometimes see at the park? He's not crazy, he's just very strict and direct with people. Mr. Tor lives nearby, so if he sees your son wearing that, he's sure to call the police on you. The police? Are you sure I have to give it back to you? I mean, my son seems to really like it, and your son could always just get a new hat because he's a part of the team, right? No, it's my son's hat, and I'm not just going to let you have it. If you don't want to have the police called on you, then give me back the hat. Fine, I'll put it in your mailbox. Understood. Please bring it now. What, now? Can't I just give it back to you when I feel like it or something? No. Give it back right now, please. If you don't, I'll tell Mr. Tor and the police. Fine, I get it. I'll bring it right now. Sheesh, you're making such a big deal out of this. It's just a hat, you know. I don't care if it's just a hat. What you're doing is theft, Anita. Don't do anything like this ever again. You're accusing me of being a thief? I told you it was just an honest mistake, and my son must have picked it up thinking it was his because I had bought him one that looked similar. I'm telling you, it was an honest mistake. Yeah, and he never noticed my son's name and uniform number sewed on the hat? I made sure to make it stand out precisely so no one would take it by accident. Next time, I won't be so forgiving and just call the police immediately. Fine, I won't. Just shut up already. You're making such a big deal out of this. Hey, Flora, I saw you entering your house just now. What in the world are you doing? Huh? What am I doing? I went to the supermarket to buy some stuff. You went to the supermarket? I don't think you have the luxury to be doing such things considering the situation. You called me out so many times before, but when you're the one in trouble, you just lie like it's so easy for you. That's what's called a hypocrite, Flora. All I ever do is make honest mistakes, but what you're doing right now is simply despicable. What? I don't know what you're talking about, Anita. Why are you in such a fuss? Your child just got taken away by an ambulance. I don't understand how you can just be so calm. Huh? Are you sure that it was my child? Yes, he was wearing your son's hat. I don't know who called the ambulance, but you noticed it come, right? There were so many people watching as well. I don't get why you can just pretend you don't know what's happening. Your own child got into an accident and was taken to the hospital, but you won't even go visit him since it's too much of a hassle for you. Hold on. I'm telling you, leave your house and go to the hospital right now. By the way, that accident wasn't my fault, all right? Huh? What do you mean it wasn't your fault? First of all, I don't know what you're talking about, and second of all, I never said it was your fault. Anyways, my son is in the house right now, so it can't be him. Huh? Are you sure about that? Yeah, he's practicing baseball in the yard right now. What? He's practicing baseball? But he just got into an accident and was taken to the hospital. How could he have recovered so fast? Are you being serious right now, Anita? I'm not saying that he's already back from the hospital, but that he was never taken to the hospital in the first place. The ambulance you're talking about is the one that drove by our house on the way to the main road, right? Yes, that one. So your son was taken to the hospital after all? No, I'm telling you, he wasn't. Are you even listening to a word I say? Why do I even bother talking to you? At the time the ambulance came, I was at the supermarket across the main road. When I got home, I saw there was a crowd of people gathered at the side of the road. I saw there was an ambulance as well, so I thought something must have happened, but I didn't bother looking and just went inside. Oh, and once I got home, both my son and mother-in-law welcomed me back, which means that my son wasn't the one who was hospitalized, and I don't know what you're talking about. But... Oh, and this is completely unrelated, but we already moved. Huh? Oh, when did you move? You see, my husband was relocated at work, and so we decided to move to where his new office is. We've already bought a new house. But I have work as well, and my son has school, so the three of us, me, my son, and my mother-in-law, are going to be staying here for a bit longer. My father-in-law and my husband have already moved to our new house. We're planning on going there tonight and having dinner. Besides, my son is right in front of me, so what you've been saying all this time is nonsense. You must have mistaken someone else for my son. What? Then who was that taken away by the ambulance? I could have sworn it was your son that got into an accident. Anita, you really shouldn't bother yourself with such things. It's none of our business. We'll just cause trouble if we start a commotion over something we don't have anything to do with. And if we did have something to do with it, we would have gotten a call from the hospital or police or something. If the person who was carried away was our neighbor, then we'll find out soon who it was and what happened, right? Why are you insisting so much that it was my son anyways? Did you get a close look and think it was him or something? Maybe you thought it was my son because it was some kid from nearby that looked like him, but thankfully nothing's happened with us here, so don't worry. Oh, is that so? Oh, it's fine if that's the case, though. I don't care if it has nothing to do with your son. Bye, then. Hello, Anita? I found out who was taken away by the ambulance yesterday. You seemed to be bothered about it a lot, so I'll share the information with you. Who was it? Apparently it was the son of Mr. Tor, the coach at my son's baseball team. What? That was Mr. Tor's son? Yep. I went to today's baseball practice with my son and saw that Mr. Tor's son wasn't there. So I asked him about it, and he told me about yesterday's accident. Apparently a bicycle that was going full speed crashed into him when he turned a corner. Luckily, he wasn't seriously injured, but he hit his head, so he went to the hospital to have it checked up just in case. Oh, is that so? I'm glad nothing serious happened to him. But apparently the person that ran into him fled the scene, and they still don't know who it was. What a sick person. To think that they would crash into an elementary school student and just flee the scene without even thinking to help? But if they had stayed and helped, surely they would have had to face the consequences of crashing into a child. It's only natural that they fled the scene, in my opinion. Is that a crime, do you think? Of course it is. Fleeing the scene is what a coward would do, Anita. An honest person would stay and do whatever they could to make up for his or her mistake. Even though it was just a bicycle, what this person did was clearly illegal. You can't just be going that fast on a sidewalk. It's against road laws. Yeah, you're right, I guess. Besides, if it was an honest mistake, they probably wouldn't have had to go to prison or something like that, right? But I don't know that even city bicycles are subject to road laws. Huh? It's so scary that there are all these laws we don't even know about, don't you think? I'd better watch out myself. Oh, I remembered I have to do something. Bye! Okay. Flora, something terrible has happened. What should I do? What do you think is the best thing to do at times like this, Flora? I need your advice. Why are you panicking so much? The police are at my front door. I'm scared to open it, so I'm pretending that no one's home. What? You can't just pretend to not be there when the police are at your door. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. If you didn't do anything, there's no reason to be scared of the police, so why don't you just open the door and see what they want from you? No, I'm not going to open the door. Why not? Because you did something and that's why you're hiding from the police? Huh? What are you talking about? I didn't do anything to deserve being locked up. Do you suspect me of being a criminal or something? I never said that you did anything that would get you locked up. And if there's nothing suspicious about you, then there's no need to hide from the police, is there? I mean, well, I didn't mean it like that. It's just that... If that's the case, then you should just open the door and talk to them, right? But that's... I can't, all right? It's hard to explain. You panicked at the sight of the police, and so without even thinking, texted me asking for help, even though it will only make things worse. Did I get that right? I think the best thing for you to do right now is to just accept that we all know about what you did now. What are you talking about? You're not making any sense. Hey, Anita, don't you realize that you messed up yesterday during our conversation? Huh? What do you mean I messed up? When I was telling you about the bicycle accident Mr. Torr's son got into, I only said that a bicycle crashed into his son, right? But for some reason, you knew what type of bicycle crashed into him, saying something about how it was so scary that even city bicycles are subject to road laws. Up until then, you seemed to know nothing about the accident, but for some reason you knew the type of bike that crashed into Mr. Torr's son. Seriously? I thought it was strange how you seemed to be so panicked about the accident at first, when you thought it was my son and not Mr. Torr's son that was hospitalized. You suspected me from the start? Well, it's not like all this proves with certainty that you're the one who crashed into Mr. Torr's son and fled the scene. All I did was tell Mr. Torr, the victim's father, about my suspicions. Why did you do that? What, did you think I would just stand by and let you get away with this? Oh, and by the way, it's not certain that it was me that caused the police to come to your house like this. There's a possibility that you were suspected of being the culprit from the start, and that they were already investigating you. Why is that? Why would they suspect me? Do I really look that much like a criminal? That's not what I meant. Apparently, a lot of houses around here have security cameras watching the entrance to their house. So they might have already found evidence that you were the culprit before I told Mr. Torr anything. Security cameras? Yes, you only moved here 1 year ago, so maybe you didn't know, but this area was once terrorized by multiple thefts a few years ago. Theft? Yeah. After that, everyone learned a lesson, and they made contracts with security companies and set security cameras and stuff. So you know what that means, right? Hold on. So you're saying that I was caught on a security camera? I don't know for sure, but surely the police around here know how a lot of people have security cameras in this area. And so they probably asked them to cooperate by providing footage. Oh, but it's just a possibility, all right? No way. This can't be happening. Anita, what's wrong? They found out. They know I did it. To think that it was Mr. Torr's son as well. Anita, are you seriously just realizing this now? But I even got rid of the evidence and threw away my city bike. I thought that they wouldn't have anything to tie me to the accident. What? And they still found out? How is that even possible? Besides, it's that baseball hat of theirs that's the problem. He was wearing the same hat as your son's, which is why I thought it was him when I ran into him. But it had to be Mr. Torr's son of all people. I shouldn't have texted you that day. This never would have happened. Anita, Do you realize that you're basically telling me that you ran into Mr. Tor's son on purpose because you thought he was my son? What are you trying to do confessing your crimes to me like this? What do you want me to do about it? You think I'm going to help you or something? Huh? No, it's just that you were careful enough to get rid of the evidence by throwing away your city bicycle. But for someone that goes that far, you're pretty scatterbrained, Anita. Maybe if you were a bit less stupid, you would have made a better thief. No, that's not what I meant when I said that I didn't mean that I purposefully ran into Mr. Tor's son because I thought he was your son. You're misunderstanding. I'm going to tell the police, okay? No, don't! My punishment is just going to get worse if you tell them. Apparently, the police knew from the start that she was actually home and just pretending to not be there. Anita tried to flee from the back door, but they were already waiting for her there and captured her. Apparently, she was arrested without even undergoing an investigation first. Oh, and the city bicycle that she disposed of was apparently stolen as well. After a bit more investigation, the police found out that she's guilty of several such petty crimes, and so Anita was locked away behind bars. Anita's husband, on the other hand, went to all the families that Anita had caused trouble for and apologized, and after that he divorced Anita and moved, bringing their children with him. Anita's parents fled without saying a word, ashamed at what their daughter had done. So when Anita finally got out of prison, she had nowhere left to go. And since she still had to pay for several alimonies and hospitalization bills and stuff, she was hardly free, even though she just got out of prison.
Camille, sorry. I have a sudden business trip starting tomorrow.
Huh? Starting tomorrow? That's sudden.
And it's really far, for 2 nights and 3 days.
2 nights and 3 days? Didn't the president say the company would consider having business trips closer for employees with children?
Yeah, I know. But one of my colleagues suddenly can't go, due to a family tragedy or something. Others have important meetings, and I'm the only one available.
Well, if that's the case, it can't be helped.
I promised about going to an amusement park this weekend. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Ava is with me right now and I just told her. She said, "Daddy, do your best at work."
The support from your daughter really touches the heart. I'm about to cry.
You are being too dramatic, honey.
But for real, I'm glad she grew up to be a smart and kind daughter. She's only 5, but she's mature.
You're busy with work, and Ava is usually asleep by the time you get home. Did you forget that she's going to elementary school next year? She understands these things already. If Ava is cheering for you, you can't help but give your best, right, honey?
Yes, I'll do my best. I have to prepare some documents for my business trip, so I might be back in the morning.
Wait, so you're leaving for the business trip early tomorrow morning?
It might turn out that way. I'm sorry, but could you pack my suitcase with a change of clothes and stuff? I'll get everything I need for work at the office. Just prepare it like you do for our regular trips.
Sure. I'll take care of it.
Thanks. It's really nice to have a family that helps out in times like this.
What are you talking about? I'm your wife, so it's only natural. But you'll make it up to me about the amusement park next time, okay? Ava will sulk if you neglect her too much.
I understand. Well, to avoid that, I will support you two when I get back home.
I'll be waiting for you. Anyway, good luck at work for now.
All right. I'm going to start preparing the documents. Bye. I can't wait for tomorrow's trip. I've always wanted to stay at the Riverfront Resort Hotel. The room has a gorgeous bath, and the dinner will be a French dinner. I'm so excited. I don't think I'll be able to sleep tonight.
What? Trevor?
What? Camille? Oops. I sent it by mistake.
I see. Did you say Riverfront Resort Hotel? I think it's a luxury resort that just opened. You said you're going on a business trip tomorrow, right?
Yes, I am. So? I'm staying there on my business trip.
You're staying at a place like that on a business trip?
Yeah. The president of the company seems to have splurged on it for me because it's a very long business trip, 2 nights and 3 days. It's so popular that it's hard to get a reservation, but I'm amazed he got a room.
Who were you originally going to send that message to? I thought you were going on a business trip alone. Are you with someone?
Didn't I tell you? I'm with my colleague, Taylor.
I thought everyone was so busy that you were the only one who could go.
That's how it started out. But Taylor decided to come with me because he thought it would be too difficult for me to go alone. It is an important deal, you know.
I see. Taylor has a young child too, right? Is he fine with a 3-day, 2-night business trip?
I'm the same way, right? It's hard to juggle being a dad and a businessman. Well, he was just talking about spoiling their family once he went back.
I see.
I feel bad that I'm breaking the promise with you and Ava. I feel like I'm the only one who's getting a good deal. So, I couldn't bring myself to say it earlier.
Well, you are right. I'm a little jealous. I won't tell Ava about the resort.
I appreciate that. Well, I still have work to do.
Good luck. Give my regards to Taylor.
Thanks to you, I managed to get to the hotel on time. Thank you.
I'm glad to hear that. You just came back in the morning, grabbed your luggage, and ran out without even eating breakfast. I was so surprised.
I'm sorry. I had a last-minute flight to catch.
You must really work until midnight and then go on a rush business trip. Take the rest of the day off.
No, it doesn't work like that.
What?
I've got a dinner meeting with some executives from a business partner. The meeting isn't until tomorrow. These things are important for business too.
Being a businessman is tough, huh?
I'm doing this for you and Ava. I'll keep up the good work as a father and a businessman.
Good luck. By the way, are you with Taylor now?
Yes, we're together. We're going to a dinner meeting together.
I see.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I was just wondering.
Well, I'm off to a dinner meeting now. It'll probably last till midnight, and I won't be able to reply. So don't worry about me, okay?
Okay, I understand.
Hey, Vanessa. I finally don't have to worry about my wife anymore, baby. I'll be waiting for you in the hotel lobby. Well, even so, meeting near home would risk being caught by my wife. So going separately to a hotel far away and then meeting up? You really came up with a clever plan. Until now, I'm sorry I couldn't meet up with you because of my family. My wife thinks I'm on a business trip this time, so we're going to go tonight. We'll have a nice evening alone tonight.
I'm so happy. I'll be there right now.
I'll be waiting for you, Vanessa, my baby girl. What? Wait! You've got to be kidding. Why are you here?
You said you'd wait for me in the lobby. So I went over there for you, okay?
But that was...
Did you mean to send it to a woman named Vanessa Rogers?
What? Why do you know her full name?
Well, she told me.
What?
I'm with Vanessa right now. You ran out of the lobby as soon as you saw me. I wonder if you didn't see that Vanessa was here too.
So what? I don't know about Vanessa. I meant to send that message to Taylor.
If you were going to send something like that to a married coworker with kids, that's just weird. Vanessa admitted she was having an affair with you.
What?
I heard you told her you were divorcing me and marrying her. Vanessa seemed she knew that you were married. She believed you were serious about her. That's when you ran away at once when you saw me. She was so shocked and she felt betrayed. I guess she's done with you now. You had been having an affair with her for the past 3 months, and that you've been seeing each other many weeknights. And you were planning a 3-day, 2-night affair starting today at this hotel. She told me everything.
Damn it. Why did she blabber on and on? She should have kept her mouth shut.
How can you say that after missending me twice? You've got nerve. You told me everything about going to Riverfront Resort Hotel, being in the lobby, and more. Didn't you?
What are you going to do to Vanessa? I won't forgive you if you hurt her.
Are you pretending to protect her now? Coming from someone who ran away? I'm angry at Vanessa, but what pisses me off the most is you. Vanessa is sorry for what she did, and she seems really shocked until now. Firstly, we want you, who is on the run, to come back, now.
I won't. If I go, I will get in trouble. I'll keep running like this.
I don't think you can escape the police.
The police? What do you mean?
My husband went missing, so I should file a missing person report, right? Your father and mother are gonna do it too. If the police can't do it, they're ready to hire a detective or whatever it takes to clearly establish the truth with their son.
Why are you dragging Mom and Dad into this? Don't go making this into a big deal on your own.
I don't have a choice. I needed someone to watch Ava while I was here.
Oh,
Even though you saw me coming alone, you weren't worried about your daughter. As a father, how could you act like that?
but
When I talked to your mother about how suspicious you were, she said, "Don't worry about Ava. Just go find out what's going on." She gladly sent me off. By the way, your father arranged the plane tickets to get me here. It was a bit of a rush job, so I wasn't sure if I could get a ticket. But thanks to your father being a gold member of the airline, luckily, one person canceled, so I was able to come all the way here.
what the hell? Well, if Vanessa already told you everything, there's nothing I can hide. Do you want a divorce now?
What?
Investigating the affair persistently like this, that's what you want, right? Then fine, I'll divorce you.
Are you just going to shrug it off?
Yeah, so what? But you should raise Ava. I don't want the kid. I won't be able to continue the relationship with Vanessa anyway. It is just so hassle for me to find a new one. If I had a kid with me.
What are you saying? How can you talk about your daughter like that? She loves you so much. Even when she can't go to the amusement park, she still encourages you to do a good job. She's such a sweet and kind child. I thought you loved her.
I was just pretending to love her. My company's policy is to support parenting, or whatever it's called. People who don't like kids are treated like they're not human. It's really depressing, you know?
I can't believe you were this kind of person.
Say whatever you want. I don't want a nagging woman like you and your annoying daughter. I want to get the hell out of your life. If you want alimony and child support, I'll pay for it. While the president's policies are annoying, but the pay is good.
But can you continue working at that company?
What?
Because people from the company know that you lied about going on a business trip. They'll ask you a lot of questions, and it'll be hard for you to stay, don't you think?
Why? You told them?
Even the kind president, who is a father and supportive of employees with kids, suddenly sending you and Taylor on a business trip? I thought it was strange. After you left this morning, I called the company and asked them.
What did you say?
I was surprised when Taylor answered. When I asked him about the business trip, he had no idea what I was talking about. He told me you were on leave until tomorrow. There wasn't a business trip planned, and there was no colleague who suddenly couldn't go on a business trip due to a family death. You're just trying to make someone's family member die so you can have an affair with them. That's just disgusting.
Damn.
By the way, he mentioned you are going home on time as well, including yesterday when you came home in the morning. So I got suspicious and quickly left Ava with your parents and decided to go to the Riverfront Resort Hotel. When I left, there was still no clear evidence of the affair. But then, I received a message from you that proves your affair. I also got a testimonial from Vanessa. Oh, I received a message from your mom just now.
What? Don't tell my parents about this, please.
Of course, I told them everything. She's taking care of Ava, so I have to keep her informed.
Oh no.
They are both very furious. Your dad even said he's going to disown you.
Oh my God.
Well, there's nowhere to run now.
Damn it.
Even without you telling me, I'll take Ava. I can't leave Ava to a scumbag like you. I'll get alimony and child support too. If you come back quickly and are willing to talk, I might go easy on you. If not, we'll settle things through a lawyer from now on.
Wait, I'm going back to the hotel right now. Forgive me, Camille, please.
Trevor, Vanessa, and I boarded a plane to go home. My in-laws were waiting for us at the airport, and his father took Trevor and Vanessa away and lectured them. As for me, I went home with Ava and my mother-in-law. After that, I divorced Trevor and I naturally got custody of Ava. Later, I demanded alimony and child support from Trevor and alimony from Vanessa. As expected, Trevor's company found out about the affair, and the president of the company got furious. In the end, Trevor voluntarily resigned from the company. He was also cut off from his in-laws and was looking for a new girlfriend while working part-time at a restaurant. Well, It's unlikely for a woman to date a man working part-time at his age. Now he lives alone, paying alimony and child support while struggling financially. Ava was more than a little shocked by the divorce, and as a mother, it was heartbreaking. However, my in-laws were understanding and supportive, helping her gradually recover. Next weekend, with Ava and my in-laws, we are going to an amusement park.